Hello everyone, good morning to all. Welcome to the new session of our e-learning class. I am Rasmi Ranjan Mishra, lecturer of UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology. Today I am going to discuss on a subject regarding entrepreneurship and small business management. So on today's discussion, the topic is relating to role of financial institution at the time of providing finance to entrepreneur for starting their business. So who are the various financial institutions and what is their roles at the time of providing money to the entrepreneur, that we will discuss one by one. So what is the role of financial institution? Over the years, financial institutions are playing a very important role for providing finance as well as counseling the entrepreneur to start the new ventures as well as modernize and rehabilitate the sick units. So in present scenario, if we will see that the financial institutions, those are providing money to the businessman or to the entrepreneur, they are playing a very vital role at the time of providing finance. They are not only providing finance but also counseling the entrepreneurs or counseling the person concerned, those are interested to start up their new ventures for modernizing that, as well as those industries already established and they are having loss making unit. So how to rehabilitate that sick industry? In that case, the financial institution role also very important. So in this context, we shall discuss the scale and scope of operation for various financial institutions which have been rendering the financial assistance directly as well as indirectly to entrepreneurs and their ventures. So those financial institutions, they are providing important role or they are acting as the key player for entrepreneur for starting their business as well as modernize or to rehabilitate their sick industries. How their role towards the financial assistance directly or indirectly to the entrepreneur as well as to the ventures or their ventures, that we will discuss everything. There are different financial institutions playing their important role in present scenario. We are now going to discuss some of the important financial institutions which are having very significant role for entrepreneurs at the time of providing finance or for modernizing as well as rehabilitating their sick industries. The first one is Industrial Finance Corporation of India, IFCI. IFCI established as a statutory corporation on 1st July 1948. So it was established under a special act of a parliament in the year 1948, and that is Act IFCI Act 1948. Then it was converted into a public limited company on the year 1993, 1st July. After it was established by statutory act passed by the parliament, then it is converted into public limited company in the year 1993. The basic objectives or the main objectives is to provide medium as well as long term credit to eligible industrial concern in corporate sectors of the economy, particularly those industries to which banking facilities are not available. So what is the basic objectives of IFCI? The objectives is to provide medium term as well as long term finance, and that is to the particular or those are industrial concern eligible in corporate sectors only for the economic development, or particularly those industries in which the banking facilities are not available for them. The role of IFCI is important. What are the promotional scheme for SSI? That means what type of assistance provided by IFCI to the small scale industries. The one is consultancy fee subsidy scheme. The scheme of subsidy to the small entrepreneur in the rural cottage, teeny and small sectors for meeting cost of a feasibility study. That is one of the consultancy subsidy scheme to the different small entrepreneurs, basically to the rural area, or those are starting their business relating to cottage industry or teeny or small sector industries. The scheme of subsidy for promotion of ancillary as well as small scale industries. Scheme of a subsidy for providing different types of marketing assistance also. Then another different types of a scheme of a subsidy for control of a pollution in village as well as a small industry sector. Then different types of a subsidy scheme for consultancy to various industries that relating to agriculture or horticulture or sericulture or piscicultures. Then another different types of a subsidy scheme for consultancy to industries that relating to animal husbandry, dairy farming, poultry farming, or also relating to fishing activities. Then what is the interest subsidy scheme provided by IFCI to the SSI unit? Scheme of interest subsidy for self development as well as self employment to the unemployed young person. Those are belongs to unemployed young youth and they are belongs to the rural area. In that case, the IFCI providing different interest subsidy scheme for small development or self development as well as self employment to the unemployed youth. Then different types of interest subsidy also provided by IFCI to the women entrepreneurs. Then scheme of interest subsidy for encouraging quality control measures to the SSI sectors. Another one is different scheme of interest subsidy for encouraging the adaptation of indigenous technology. For technology point of view also IFCI providing financial assistance and that is also interest subsidy scheme that is known as and that encourage for a adaptation of indigenous technology. Another development scheme that is called as entrepreneurship development scheme that is also provided by IFCI to the entrepreneurs. The scheme for encouraging entrepreneurship development in tourism as well as tourism related service. Those organization or entrepreneur they are starting the tourism service facility. So in that case IFCI also providing different developmental scheme for encouraging that activities. Then it is also providing scheme for encouraging self-employment among persons rendered jobless due to retrenchment. If any type of a corporates or company they are retrenched or that means they are downsizing their job requirement, in that case the person concerned those are losing their job, in that case they wants to self-employed and IFCI encourage them for self-employment and providing different types of a developmental scheme. Then another financial institution which is the most important role in today's scenario that is called as NABARD, which stands National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So NABARD, it is an apex development financial institution in India. This bank has been started or interested with matters concerning policy planning and operation in the field of credit for agriculture or other economic activity in rural India or rural areas in India. Basically NABARD focus their importance to the agriculture sectors, how to improve the agriculture sector so that the economic development will increase, and in that case different policy planning as well as operation in the fields of agriculture or other economic activities which are played in rural areas in India, for that NABARD playing important role providing credit. It is one of the premier agency providing developmental credit to the rural areas. NABARD in India basically specialized bank for agriculture and rural development. So NABARD is one type of a bank and that bank is basically providing credit or financial assistance to the agriculture sectors as well as to the rural development, those are made in India. So what is the role of NABARD towards the economic development or towards the entrepreneurial activities? The first one is NABARD is the most important institution in the country which looks after all types of development of cottage industry, small scale industry as well as village industry or rural industry. As NABARD basically initiated or started for developmental activities to the rural area, so those are the small cottage industry or teeny industries, or the village industry belongs to rural area. In that case NABARD providing financial assistance or all type of developmental activities that is looked after by the NABARD. It also reaches out to allied economies as well as support and promotes the integrated development. Apart from institutional development, it also allied with different economics and supporting activities and also promoted for integrated development. NABARD is also discharge its duty by undertaking the following roles. So what are that roles? It serves as an apex financing agency for the institutions providing investment and production credit for promoting to various developmental activities in rural areas. It takes measures towards institution building, for improving observative capacity of the credit delivery system, which includes monitoring, formulating, rehabilitating scheme, restructuring of credit institution, as well as training of a different personnel. Apart from that, it coordinates rural financing activities of all institutions. Those are engaged in developmental work at the field level, as well as maintains liaison with the Government of India, different state government or Reserve Bank of India, and a different national level institutions. Those are concerned with the policy formulation. The most important role by NABARD, it undertakes monitoring and evaluating various projects refinanced by it. That means NABARD takes into consideration monitoring the project as well as evaluation of a projects. Those are refinanced facility provided. NABARD also refinances the financial institution which finances the rural sectors. Then it also protects in development of institution. Those are played their role for rural economy. NABARD also keeps a check on its client institutes. It also regulates the institutions those providing financial help to the rural economy. It also providing training facility to various institutions working in the field of rural upliftment. Then it also regulates as well as supervises the cooperative banks and regional rural banks throughout the entire India. That means NABARD role in present scenario is very important. It is not only providing financial assistance, it also cooperate with or supervise different cooperative banks as well as the rural banks. Those are established throughout the India. Then another financial institution, that is Small Industries Development Bank of India, that is called as a SIDB. It was established as a wholly owned subsidiary of Industrial Development Bank of India. So that means SIDB was fully subsidiary owned by the IDBI under a special act of Parliament, that is in the year 1988, and it started its operation in the year 1990 April 2. It took over the responsibility of administering small industries development fund, national equity fund, which were earlierly administered or controlled by IDBI. That means those activities are controlled and operated by IDBI previously, that is now handed over to SIDB, and SIDB takes over that activities, that is the responsibility of administering all type of small industries development funds. It is the principal financial institution played for promotion, financing and development, basically for micro, small and medium enterprise MSME sectors, and for coordination as well as function of the institution. Those are engaged in similar activities. It not only provides financial assistance or a promotional facility or developmental facility to the MSME sector, it also coordinate different function of the institutions. Those are relating to or similar type of MSME sectors. So what are the various role or function played by SIDB in present scenario? First, it refinance loan extended by primary lending institution to the small scale industries and also provided resource support to them. Second one is it discounts and rediscounts bill arising from sale of a machinery to or manufactured by industrial units. Those industries are established for manufacturing the equipments or the machinery as well as sale of machinery. In that case, SIDB discounts or rediscounts the bills arising from that in the small scale sectors. Then to expand the channel for marketing the products, small scale industries sector in domestic as well as international markets. Those small scale industries, they want to expand their marketing of product channel throughout the world, not only in domestic but also in international market. In that case, SIDB also provides assistance. It also provides service like leasing facility, factoring also to various industrial concerns, those related to SSI sectors. Then it promotes employment oriented industries, especially in semi-urban area, to create more employment opportunity. Basically, the most important role in present scenario played by SIDB is taking employment oriented industries or promoting the employment oriented industries, and that is to the semi-urban area, which creates more employment opportunity as well as checking the migration of people to the urban area. Then another function to initiate the steps for technological upgradation as well as modernization of existing units, new units upgradation as well as existing unit modernization. Then SIDB also facilitates time flow of credit for both term loan and working capital to various SSI sectors in collaboration with different commercial banks. Then SIDB co-promotes the state level venture fund in association with the respective state government. It also grants direct assistance and refinance loan facility extended by primary lending institution for financing export of products those are manufactured by small scale industries. Then the next institution is NSIC, National Small Industries Corporation Limited, that was set up in the year 1955 by central government. The main objective is to fulfill the requirement of a machinery and equipment for development of small entrepreneurs. So basically National Small Industry Corporation was established with the main objectives of providing machine as well as equipment those small entrepreneurs or small scale industries are in required of that. Then in that case industry will promote that or provide that equipments as well as machines. It is observed by the main constraint faced by the entrepreneur in the or is the dearth of investable funds to purchase the machine and equipment. So it is very difficult for the small entrepreneurs to invest huge amount of funds basically in machine or other equipment. So National Small Industry Corporation providing that type of assistance. When there is non-availability of finance, in that case the small scale entrepreneurs they are deprived of new activities, and the new entrepreneurs for availing that entrepreneurial activity faced a lot, and National Small Industries provides hand with that and eliminate or avoid that demerit or the problem which are faced by the small entrepreneurs. The functions provided by NSIC is providing various financial assistance by way of a hire purchase scheme for purchase of a machinery, equipment as well as required for setting industries. It also provides various equipment on a lease basis. It also assists in marketing of a product of a small scale industries. It also helps in exporting the product of a SSI units. It also providing training to the workers of a SSI in various trades. Then it helps in development as well as upgradation of a technology and a modernization of a industry. Then it undertakes construction of a industrial estates. It also purchases huge quantity of important raw material and distribute that same to the various SSI units at reasonable rates. Then it develops prototype machine and equipments to pass to the SSI units for commercial production. Then it set up small industries in other developing countries on a turnkey basis. So these are the various roles played by SIDB as well as National Small Industries Corporation. The next one is Small Industries Development Organization, which is known as SIDO. It is one type of apex body and nodal agencies for formulating, coordinating and monitoring the policies and programs for promotion of SSI unit as well as for development. Developmental Commissioner is the head of the SIDO. He is assisted by various directors as well as advisors in implementing different programs for training, management, consultancy, industrial investigation, possibility for different developmental activities for a SSI unit. The function played by SIDO is to evolve national policy for development of SSI units, then to coordinate the policies and programs of various state governments. It also coordinates the programs for the development of industrial estate. It also reserves the items for production by small scale industries. It also renders required support for development of ancillary units. It also providing consultancy as well as a training service to strengthen the competitive ability of SSI units. Then to render marketing assistance to SSI unit for effectively sale of the products. It also provides assistance in economic investigation as well as information to SSI units. The next financial corporation, that is State Financial Corporation, SFCs. To meet the financial needs of a small and a medium enterprise, Government of India passed Financial Corporation Act in the year 1951, empowering the state government to establish the developmental banks for respective regions. And under that act, state financial corporation have been established by different state government, which was established to meet the financial requirement of basically medium and small size industries. The function played by state financial corporation is it provides different loan mainly for acquisition of a fixed asset like land, building, plant, machinery, etc. The state financial corporation also help in assistance of industrial units. Those are having paid up capital and reserve does not exceed rupees 3 crore or such higher limit up to 30 crore that may be notified by the central government from time to time. It also encourages the new as well as the professional qualified persons for setting up the industrial projects. It also providing different short-term loan to cover equity gap to help the SSI unit. Then it also promote for development of an institution in the state that will accelerate the process of a socio-economic growth. Then the next function played by state financial corporation for promotion of a self-employment, which is very important. Then another one is to finance expansion, modernization and a upgradation of a technology in the existing units. So these are the different role played by state financial corporation in present scenario provided by different state government. They are providing this type of facilities to the SSI units for their modernization as well as for their developmental activity for not only economic development, for also it is also socio-economic growth. That means increase or accelerate the process of a socio-economic growth in the respective state as well as also promote the self-employment facilities. So in today's class we have already discussed the different financial institutions and what is their role in present scenario for different SSI unit or to the small entrepreneurs as well as the medium and large industries, basically to the rural as well as to the semi-urban areas, which by playing their important role providing finance as well as modernizing and expansion or different developmental activities, how economic development will be made, that we will discuss in today's class. Hope you students have cleared about today's discussion. If you are having any doubt, then you can give your comment in the comment section. Thank you. Have a good day to all of you.